I am by, forever, cat, behavioral, specialist, psychologist, infinitist. Women and cats will do as they please, and men and dogs should relax and get used to the idea of wrapping a bia if cats looked like frogs. We'd realize what nasty, cruel little bastards they are. If cats looked like frogs, we'd realize what nasty, cruel little bastards they are. Style, that's what people remember. I meant said is explore bitterly what is there in this world that truly makes living worthwhile. Death thought about it. Cats, he said eventually, cats are nice. Rapper advice. Owners of dogs will have noticed that if you provide them with food and water and shelter and affection, they will think you are God, whereas owners of cats are compelled to realize that if you provide them with food and water and shelter and affection, they draw the conclusion that they are gods. Rap marathon, rap Cybertron, Megalodon, rap marathon, taking hits from the bomb, jiggly puff bomb, bomb, so long, the lawn, da don, my lawn, da don, taking hits from the jiggly puff bomb, bomb, but cheats and chon. There are two means of refuge from the misery of life: music and cats. What's your name? Coraline, asked a cat. Look, I'm Coraline, okay? Cats don't have names, it said. No, said Coraline. No, said the cat. Now you people, I hustle the devil, I shizzle my nizzle bedazzle, purple snapple, I'm hustling the devil. Have names, because you don't know who you are. We know who we are, so we don't need names. Bam, bam, meow, that means woof in cat. Rap, meow, that means woof, woof in cat. Rap. I am fond of pigs. Dogs look up to us. Cats look down on us. Pigs treat us as equals. Rap up a net, shizzle, my nizzle, the dazzle. I hustle the devil, purple snapple. What greater a gift than the love of the cat? Rap. If animals could speak, the dog would be a blundering, outspoken fellow, but the cat would have the rare grace of never saying a word too much. Raps in a mush, a bunch. Cats are intended to teach us that not everything in nature has a purpose. Rapper, I bet you can suck a golf ball for a garden hose. One day I was counting the cats, and I absent-mindedly counted myself. This is my rifle, this is my gun, this is for shooting, and this is for fun. What, you suck dick? Oh, bullshit. I bet you can suck a golf ball for a garden hose. So you know, roll and shut your mouth. What you say doesn't matter what you said. A cat has absolute emotional honesty. Human beings, for one reason or another, may hide their feelings. Rapping never ending, but a cat does not. Take your top. I would like to see anyone, prophet, king, or God, convince 1,000 cats to do the same thing at the same time. A rhyme. I would like to see anyone, prophet, king, or God, convince 1,000 cats to do the same thing at the same time. Rhyme. All day and all night. The echoing infinite rhymes. Echoing through my mind. Echoing for the cameras in my mind. All day and all night. The echoing infinite rhymes. We could be friends. We could be rare specimens of an exotic breed of dancing African elephants, but we're not. At least I'm not. A rap marathon, a megalodon, a rap robotron, robocop, na, a lot, a lot. You cannot live with a paw in each world. A curiosity killed the cat. Curiosity killed the cat. Thesgapo remarked, his dark eyes unreadable. A lie rolled her eyes. Why did everyone say that to her? People always forget the rest of the saying, she complained, and satisfaction brought it back. Never ending rap. I have lived with several Zen masters, all of them cats, forever raps. Of all God's creatures, there is only one that cannot be made slave of the leash. That one is the cat. If man could be crossed with the cat, it would improve the man, but it would deteriorate the cat. Spat, rap, time spent with a cat is never wasted. Never try to out-stubborn a cat. Never ending raps. The smallest feline is a masterpiece. Rap in between. I love cats because I enjoy my home. Follow the Olympic Road. And there's no place like home. Clicking our heels together, as says Dorothy. And never endingly spitting forever. foreverity. They become its visible soul. Name the different kinds of people. Purple snassel, I hustle the devil, said Miss Pesco. Now, Bod thought for a moment. The livings, he said, the dead. He stopped. Then cats, he offered uncertainly. I was the first one to beat Jesus, and I was the first one to beat Satan in the duel of words since Jesus did it in the desert. Rapper forever. I was the first one to beat Satan and all the demons in the duel of words since Jesus did it in the desert. Rapper forever. Never ender, a spitter, a spatter. The raps go splatter on a silver platter. I beat Satan in the duel of words, first one to do it since Jesus did it in the desert. Our verseman making heaven and Israel, Caleb make for the eye hold the needle. A rapper, hustle the devil, a shizzle my nizzle. A thou who not come into the sim and cast a stone. Thou humbles himself shall be exalted, thou exalts himself shall be humbled. Thou who lives by the sword shall die by the sword. Rapper, the pen is mightier than the sword. My words belong in the third. My words will start a further war. I belong crazy. I belong in the mental ward. Man is reason. Man is the reasoning animal, such is the claim. I think it's open to dispute. Indeed, my experiments have proven to me that he is the unreasoning animal in truth. Man is incurably foolish. Simple things which other animals easily learn, he is incapable of learning. Among my experiments was this. In an hour I taught a cat and a dog to be friends. I put them in a cage. In another hour I taught them to be friends with a rabbit. In the course of 2 days I was able to add a fox, jumping on Pop, a goose, a squirrel, and some doves. Finally a monkey. They lived together in peace, even affectionately. Next, in another cage I confined an Irish Catholic from Tripperary, and as soon as he seemed tame, I added a Scotch Presbyterian from Aberdeen, next to a Turk with Constantinople, a Greek Christian from Crete, and Armenian Methodist from the wilds of Arkansas, Buddhist from China, a Brahm from Benares, finally a Salvation Army colonel from rapping, I'm snapping, I cannot sleep because I'm dreaming of rapping while I'm sleeping, I'm napping, snoring, dreaming of rapping. When I came back to note results, the cage of higher animals was all right, but in the other there was but a chaos of gory odds and ends of turbans and theses and plaids and bones and flesh, not a specimen left alive. These reasoning animals had disagreed on a theological detail and carried the matter to a higher court. Some of them only who the shoes of being rubber, so they ricochet off me and said, you have to say more demonstrating amount of feeling levitating and get motivated, elevate their music above better, better. Sophisticated vocabulary is manic, undocumented education, psychological incompetence. I bet you better, yell by the pervert Jerry Jam left bed. The Ted Fed, yell by the pervert Jerry Jam left bed. Sophisticated vocabulary is manic, undocumented education, psychological incompetence, was validating, elaborate, understanding, coolly adamant, random is constant, accurate, inclined, children's with the data, establishmentarian, supercalifragilism, infinitism, giantism, and syllabalism. I have sophisticated vocabulary, never end and spitting, Bavaria, canary, Bavaria, you have a bee, speaks down, sleep, and I got closure, that's sort of keep it back and when people because orange supposed to stock is 1 8. A vision, specialty marshal is sweet. I'm a mind of a fire, my soul, so full, peer private tobacco, better yell the pervert Jerry Jam left bread, spread a fix, say, yell the pervert Jerry Jam left bread. I swallow this whole bottle of alcohol to like the syllable killer, spilla, a spitter, a Godzilla, the syllables killer, blah, 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 blah. It is good to be a cynic. It is better to be contented, cat, and it is best not to exist at all. And how do you know that you're mad? To begin with, said the cat, a dog's not mad. You grant that? I suppose so, said Alice. Well, then the cat went on. You see, a dog growls when it's angry and wags his tail when it's pleased. Now I growl when I'm pleased and wag my tail when I'm angry. Therefore, I'm mad. But the definition of insanity is doing the same thing repeatedly and expecting different results. Throw a stick in. The servile dog wheezes and pants and stumbles to bring it to you. Do the same before a cat, and he will eye you with coolly polite and somewhat bored amusement. And just as inferior people prefer the inferior animal which scampers excitedly because someone else wants something, so do superior people respect a superior animal which lives its own life and knows that the pariah stick throwings of animals alien bipeds are none of its business, and beneath its notice the dog barks, ruff, ruff, bah, bah, meow, meow, ba, bow, bow, wow, wow, and begs and tumbles to amuse you when you crack the whip that pleases a meekness-loving peasant who relishes a stimulus to his self-importance. The cat, on the other hand, charms you into playing for its benefit, rapping I spit it when it wishes to be amused, making you rush about the room with a paper on a string when it feels like exercise, but refusing all your attempts to make it play when it's not. And the humor that is personality and individuality and self-respect, the calm mastery of a being whose life is its own and not yours. And the superior person recognizes and appreciates this because he too is a free soul whose position is assured and whose only law is his own heritage and aesthetic sense, wrapping hence of the meth. I never want you to leave me here, my darling. I possess your soul, your mind, your heart, and your body. Rap karate, the ice demon inside me. Shove it up your ass, I said. The ice demon said, I'm going to shove it up your ass again. The ice demon inside me. Never want you to leave me, my darling. Every time I try to tell him no, this damn ice demon won't ever let him go. I'm a sucker, all I gotta say. This damn ice demon has really gotten a hold of me. A seaman, says the ice demon. It's seeming you'll never stop rapping, never ending forever, says the ice demon inside me. Never want you to leave me, my darling. What's the matter, darling? You having some douse? Rap over shouting, I pout. You fuck, you ate my cat. Where's my cat, you damn Asian people? A purple snapple saying to a bunch of Asian people, hey, yelling out the window, where's my cat? Where's my cat? Rap, you damn Asian people. Purple snapple, shizzle my nizzle, bedazzle, hustle the devil. Yelling to a bunch of Asian people at the Chinese restaurant, where's my damn cat? Rap. I am what I am. I would tell you what you want to know if I could, for you have been kind to me, but I am a cat, and no cat anywhere ever gave anyone a straight answer. Rapper forever, stops rapping never. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, infinitism, rhymatism, never endingalism. A Peter Piper, the Betty Bar, was better, put the bar, my better, twas the better, yellow with the purple jam left bread, spread thick, yellow with the purple jam left bread. My mind on fire, my heart, my soul, full right up, arch to ground, carpal turn, his hard head and hot, a bull, and the pig, a dickhead, a pretty big head, and sick. You the beast, speaks down, I was sleeping, I got the cold rose, I was creep on the back and knock, just like, about two. And there's a spitting to you consume type infinite syllables and rhymes all day and all night. A person that started then to carry a cat home by the tail was getting knowledge that was always going to be useful to him and weren't ever going to grow dim or doubtful. Is that vodka? A margarita asked weakly. The cat jumped up in his seat with indignation. I beg pardon, my queen, he rasped. Would I ever allow myself to offer vodka to a lady? This is pure alcohol. Rubbing a dear, a do re mi fa sol la ti do, a dear, a female dear. I need to drink another beer. Blair. The way to get on with a cat is to treat it as an equal, or even better, as a superior it knows itself to be. Rapping never endingly. Egyptians used to worship such creatures, cats. Raps. Yearning for love made her feel like a cat that was always twining around ankles. Meowing, pat me, look at me, love me, meowing, pat me, love me, pat me. Rapping never endingly for infinity times infinity twixt V to infinity and beyond is the infinite me. You know, a real friend, someone you know will look after your cat after you are gone. Taking hits from the Jigglypuff bomb with cheats and charm, pass it on long, spitting not all night long, the dawn. Cats will amusingly tolerate humans only until someone comes up with a tin opener that can be operated with a blah. I have studied many philosophers and many casts. The wisdom of casts is infinitely superior, rapper forever, intellectually superior, rapper forever, sophisticatedly vocabulary, man, documented education, my psychological and common society, and library, I'm saying completely adamant, intellectually, randomly, accurately, incoherently, metaphorically, infinitely, monotheism, polytheism, antithesis, subscriptarianism, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, infinitism, and rhymatism, monotheism, the belief in uno God, polytheism, the belief in plural, multiple gods, atheism, the belief in no gods, Christianity, rapping never endingly, belief in Jesus Christ never end in rhyme. I'm spent in Jesus Christ forever and the infinite rhymes. I have studied many philosophers and many castes. The wisdom of castes is infinitely superior. They are no ordinary caste. Rap. I love them. They are so nice and selfish. Dogs are too good and unselfish. They make me feel uncomfortable. But cats are gloriously human. Rapping never ending. I believe cats to be spirits come to earth. A cat, I am sure, could walk on a cloud without coming through to do. I am the cat who walks by himself, and all places are alike to me. Meow, 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 bow, wow, wow, meow, meow. I hate cats. Death's face became a little stiffer. If that were possible, the blue glow in his eye. A socket flickered, red for an instant. I see, he said, but Ton suggested that death was too good for the cat haters. My mind on fire, my so my mind about you, he would be space. I want to sleep, and I got scores. I want to creep. Terror first, men making heaven, and for a camel making for the eye, hold the kneel. Thou who not come into the sin and cast stone, thou humbles himself should be exalted. Thou who exalts himself should be humbled. Thou who lives by the sword shall die by the sword. Spit Jesus Christ mixed with Eminem. My mind of fire, Maris, limits of the global souls, very so much to graph for virus, capital star size. Rhyming never end of blah blah blah. The spittus. Ignorant people think it is the noise which fighting cats make it. That is so aggravating, but it ain't so. It is a sickening grammar that they use, abuse, a toot-to-loo, a Scrooge, about Yosemite Scrooge, the bull spit into you, but humbug, so Yosemite Scrooge. Get out of my yard, says Grouchy old Squibber to SpongeBob and Patrick. Go away right now. Bow, wow, wow, meow. I think that the world should be full of cats and full of rain. That's all, just cats and rain. Rain and cats, very nice. Good night. Rhyme. Echoing through my mind all day and all night. Echoing through the caverns of my mind. Echoing off the, ricocheting off the caskets to night. Echoing infinite rhymes. Holding the soft, small living creature in my lap. The swavo, and seeing how it slept with complete trust in me, I felt a warm rush in my chest. I put my hand on the cat's chest and felt his heart beating. The pulse was faint and fast, but his heart, like mine, was ticking off the time alluded to his small body with all the restlessness, earnestness of my own. Ba-boom. When I am feeling low, all I have to do is watch my cats and my courage returns. A rapping, a truth and beauty be to this urn. Thou shalt repair that is either true or fair. For he's dead bird sigh a prayer of infinity. Rapping never endingly. That's the great secret of creativity. You treat ideas like cats. You make them follow you, toot-to-loo. No, spit into you. After all, a woman who doesn't love cats is never going to be make a man happy. I sometimes long for someone who, like me, had not adjusted perfectly with his age, and such a person was hard to find. But I soon discovered cats, raps, in which I could imagine a condition like mine, and books where I found it quite often, rapping their ending. A sophisticated vocabulary, using my adequate document, education, my psychological competence, hypothesis, and educated guess, a monotheism, belief in uno, a one God, polytheism, belief in multiple gods, and anti-substitutarian, supercalifragilistic, infinitism, rhymatism, giantism, and syllabalism, atheism, belief in no God, blah, 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 blah. There's a spit, blah, 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 about a home without a cat, and a well-fed, well-petted and properly revered cat. Maybe a perfect home, perhaps, but how can it provide proof title? Rapping their endo, hustle the devil. Snakes don't hiss anymore. They call you bro or dude. Snakes don't hiss anymore. They say, hey, bro or dude. Boo. My cat is not insane. She's just a really good actress. Rapping never ending. Spittus. Elevator music. Terrence strikes 2 area and URSRX. Mississippi IPBI. Rhyme. Recuperate RECUPERATE. Rapping never endingly experiment in my rap laboratory. And then there were cats. Fought dog. He'd surprised a ginger cat from next door and had attempted to reduce the shit as bananas, B-A-N-A-N-A-N, blah, 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 blah. Next door and had attempted to reduce it to cower and jelly by means of the usual glowing stare and deep-throated growl, which had always worked on the damned in the past. This time it had earned him a whack on the nose that had made his eyes water. Cat's dog considered were clearly clearly a lot tougher than lost souls. He was looking forward to a further cat experiment. Religion is to contain. Jesus wanted to free us from our selfish ways. But bang, nay, 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 around and yapping excitedly at it. It was a long shot, but it might just work. I thought maybe she'd whisk us off by a magic, or at least hail a taxi instead. Bass borrowed a silver Lexus convertible. Oh yes, she purred. I like this one. Come along, children. But this isn't yours, I pointed out. My dear, I'm a cat. Everything I see is mine. Rhymes. She touched the ignition, and the keyhole sparked. The engine began to purr. No, Sadie, no, like a cat, like an engine. Purr. Rapping all night, and echoing infinite rhymes, all day echoing through the caverns of my mind, all day and all night, the infinite echoing rhymes. Now you people have names. That's because you don't know who you are. We know who we are, so we don't need names. Rapping away, of course, maybe I'd end up like one of those crazy old people with like 60 cats, and one day the neighbors would complain about the smell, and it would turn out I died, and the cats had eaten me, rapping never endingly. Still, it might be nice to have a cat. Raps. I was just give vocabulary, man. I couldn't document education, my psychological incompetence, better, how many climbs like Cramons have his can. The sophisticated vocabulary, man. I couldn't document education, my psychological incompetence, but Peter Piper to pick up the bears, pick up the elbow for jam left bread, for the elbow for jam left bread. That's just inadequately, accurately, infinitely, or I mean, insurance of the anti-substitutarianism, calibration, oceanism, infinitism, and rhymatism, never endinglism, while the rest of the species is descended from apes. Redheads are descended from cats. Raps, never ending on blah. I found that the way a person feels about cats and the way they feel about him or her in return is usually an excellent gauge by which to measure a person's character. Rapper forever, never, say never. The forever rapper shall stop rapping never and liveth forever. Such nonsense, declared Dr. Greysteel. Whoever heard of cats doing anything useful except for staring at one in a supercilious manner, said Strange, that has a sort of a moral usefulness, I suppose, and making one feel uncomfortable and encouraging sober reflection upon one's imperfections, rapid never ending. And my mind of fire, my soul full of sparks, barst together, 4 hours, capital, says harder than I have. My mind of fire, yell, you be speaking, I'm going to sleep, and I got the core source, actually, paper, I'm back in doctors, the color of people, because we're hungry, she doesn't what I eat. This is hot chocolate marshmallows, those sweet chicken plums, and Davies on the street, rapping never endingly. Dogs have their day, but cats have 365 rhymes. On the other hand, I think cats have Asperger's like me. Well, you got burgers in your pants? I have Asperger's, rapping never ender. They're very smart, and like me, sometimes they simply need to be left alone. Boom. Cats, as you know, are quite impervious to threats, have 9 lives, rap them out. Curiosity killed the cat, spend never ending raps. When Rome burned, the emperor's cat still expected to be fed on time. Rhyme. What sort of philosophers are we who know absolutely nothing of the origin and destiny of cats? Spent never ending raps. Cats were not, and her experience, an animal with much soul, a prosaic, practical, little creatures as a general rule. It would suit her very well to be thought cat-like, rhyme, and never end all night. You put quite a fight for a tame kitty, rapping never endingly. As this give vocabularies, never spit and rapping about rapidly, never ending. Hypothesis, an educated guess, monotheism, belief in one God, polytheism, belief in multiple gods. Her worship again in heaven is for a camel maker for the eye, hold the kneel, vow not come into the seven cast a stone. Vow humbles himself should be exalted, vow exalts himself should be humbled. Vow lose by the sword should die by the sword. And here would be a speech, I want to assume I can score, so I was going to creep in the back of knockers, so I eat because I'm hungry, but I eat. Peter by Betty Barber, so below the elbow to her, how would gone. You put quite a fight for a tame kitty, as anyone who has ever been around a cat for any length of time well knows. Cats have enormous patience with the limitations of the humankind. Rhymes, like I went all day and all night, forever until the end of time. Witches were a bit like cats. They didn't much like one another's company, but they did like to know where all the other witches were, just in case they needed them. Rap-a-bum-bum-bum-bum. Dogs come when they're called. Cats take a message and get back to you later. Rapper forever. The cat wrinkled his nose and managed to look unimpressed. Calling cats is confided. Tends to be a rather overrated activity. Might as well call a whirlwind. Rhymes like I went all day and all night. Like a pure Like all pure creatures, cats are practical. Rap and bedazzle, I hustle the devil. A shizzle my nizzle bedazzle, I never end and hustle the devil. A razzle dazzle, a shizzle my nizzle bedazzle, hustle the devil. Are you here for a reason, Cheshire? Well, yes, I would enjoy a cup of tea. I take mines with a lot of cream and no tea, thank you, ba-boo-doo-to-do. And I can win infinite rhymes all day and all night. All cat stories start with a statement. My mother, who was the first cat, told me this, rapping, I never stop spitting this. A cat's rage is beautiful, burning with a pure cat flame. All its hair standing up and crackling, blue sparks, eyes blazing and sputtering, rapping their ending. Dogs have important jobs like barking, meowing, says Cattin, when the doorbell rings, but cats have no function in a house whatsoever. Rapper forever. Arise from sleep, old cat, and with great yawns and stretchings, amble out for love from above, chirtle, chirtle, dove. Cats are the lap dancers of the animal world. As soon as you stop shelling out, they move on, find another lap there. Furry little sociopaths, pretty and slick, in love with themselves. When's the last time you saw a CNI cat rap, rap, rap? One reason that cats are happier than people is that they have no newspapers, rapping their end forever. If man could be crossed with a cat, it would improve man, but deteriorate the cat. Raps never end, and I said, through all of this horror, my cat stalked. Perturbed once I saw him monstrously perched atop a mountain of bones and wondered at the secrets that might lie behind his yellow eyes. Captain Jason Voorhees' eyes, spitting rhymes all day and all night, night and night. I was drawn to his aloofness, the way cats gravitate toward people who'd rather avoid them, rapping I spit 'em, I know them. The cat does not offer services. The cat offers itself, raps on the shelf. A rap megalodon, a Magrafon, rap Cybertron, Transformers, robots in the sky, spitting rhymes all day and all night. Indeed, organized and atheists have been compared to herding cats because they tend to think independently and will not conform to authority, but a good first step would be to build up a critical mass of those willing to come out there by encouraging others to do so, even if they can't be herded. Cats in sufficient numbers can make a lot of noise, and they cannot be ignored. Rapper, a whore, a bar, door to door, which is flowing from the Polonian shore, spitting rhymes forever, more. Quoth the raven, I'm flowing from the Polonian shore, spitting rhymes forever, more. The cats and humans have been partners for over 10,000 years, and what you realize when you've lived with a cat for a long time is that we may think we own them, but that's not the way it is. They simply allow us the pleasure of their company, rapping their endingly, twixt is thee, thou infinite me. Listen about infinite me for biome infinity, spitting their endingly. The name of the cats is a difficult matter, raps in a silver platter, forever rapper stops rapping never. It isn't just one of your holiday games. You may think at first I'm as mad as a hatter, rapper never ender. I flung open the door. I got a monetary flash of about 115 cats of all sizes and colors scrapping in the middle of the room, and then they all shot past me with a rush and out of the front door, and all that was left of the mob scene was the head of a whacking big fish rapping in the dish lying on the carpet and staring up at me in a rather austere sort of way, as if I wanted a written explanation and apology. Rapping Monopoly, sloppity floppity. I'd take cyanide, no problem if it was that throwing a cat out in the street. Even a moth-eaten, a mangy catter, walling pain in the ass. I'd rather have the thing in bed with me than see it suffer on my account. But when it comes to human beings, I'm only interested in the sick. The ones who stand up are nothing but mounds of vice and spite. I don't get mixed up in their schemes. Rapid in between. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, infinitism, rhymatism, never-ending-ism. As hard first been making heaven as for a camel to make it for the eye hold the needle. Thou lives by a sword shall die by a sword. Thou not committed the sin and cast a stone. Thou humbles thyself shall be exalted. Thou exalts thyself shall be humbled. Never-ending rhymes echoing all day and all night. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, infinitism, rhymatism, infinitism, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, infinitism, monotheism, belief in one God, polytheism, belief in plural, multiple gods, atheist belief in no gaba rap marathon, Megalodon, Transformers, robots in disguise. Sometimes an angel of light can disguise himself. Sometimes a demon of night can disguise himself as an angel of light. Rhyme. A king committed the first murder of Abel, but rhyme never endo. A spittle spattle. When the angels came to destroy Sodom, the homosexuals are flirting with the angels. Rapping never ending. A purple snapple, a chisel, my nizzle, bedazzle. Sleep is like a cat. It only comes to you if you ignore it. I drink more and continue my mantra. Stop thinking, swig. Empty your head, swig. Now seriously, empty your head. Rapping all night and all day. Listen to bow, infinite me, for by him infinity, ye, spitting never endingly. Madame LaFox accepted a cup of tea and sat on another little settee next to a relocated calico cat. The cat clearly believed Madame LaFox was there to provide chin scratches. Madame LaFox provided a spit never ending forever. I sophisticated vocabulary, my anaconda, documented education, my psychological incompetence, best validating, elaborate when saying fully adamant. You would be speaking someone who's I can disclosure, I can care about back to the actions, because my people, because our spells that talks me. You would be speaking someone who's I can disclosure, I can care about back and Nazareth. Someone not only speaking human, his back is packages, the guys, but bag full of league gives me shit and evil rules means to see, and service is perfect, and curse, blurt, desires that works and sells and helps. I am by, I'll never end, and I am by forever. A cat behavioral specialist, psychologist, infinitist, infinite lyricist, spanning to the abyss of the pit, my infinite syllable mix.